It's 6 p.m. and welcome you all to this fourth and final session of AI Agents Bootcamp. We have interesting set of um, activities to do today, and I would try to have some time for question answering also. Again, thank you for joining and welcome. Let's get started. So this is session 4. We are going to cover a very brief theory about multi-agent systems. Then we will talk about coding a multi-agent research crew from scratch in Python. Then we'll have a quick walkthrough through low-code, no-code AI building platforms. So with that, let's go. A multi-agent system is a group of autonomous agents, the agents that we saw over previous 3 days. Every agent has its own goal, it has its own context, knowledge, it has its own decision-making capabilities, and all of these agents work together towards a bigger goal. They will interact with each other, they will cooperate, sometimes they will compete, they will negotiate with each other, and they'll get the thing done. The prime features of such systems are autonomy. They are decentralized, though there is a central orchestrator often. They have interaction, there is adaptability in the system, and the agents that are participating in a multi-agent system can be heterogeneous. And there have been interesting emergent behavior coming out of such systems consisting of multiple agents. Here is the Anthropic's multi-agent research system. They had published it recently. And what they did is they built a multi-agent system in which Cloud Opus 4 was the lead agent or orchestrator agent, and Cloud Sonnet 4 were sub-agents. The task of this multi-agent research system was that given a problem statement, it had to go on to the web, search the references, collect the data, and put together a detailed, accurate research report. The components of this system were search sub-engines, sub-agents, there was a citation sub-agent, and all of these worked together and performed the task assigned by the human developers from their research team. Now, the lead agent had access to search tools, it had access to MCP servers, it has its own memory, then it could run other sub-agents and it could get the things done. Now, interesting thing is today we are going to build a somewhat similar multi-agent research crew for our literature survey related work. I understand a lot of us are professors or teaching faculty, so that or research scholars, that may sound like an interesting application of multi-agent systems for us. Here we are looking at AWS Agent Squad. It's a platform for building multi-agent systems. You can find it on GitHub. You can use it. You can install it using pip install AWS Agent Squad, or you can have the Git repository and work from there. Now it allows you to build multiple agents, then manage them, then control them. It also allows you to deploy it over AWS cloud. Here is the architecture of Agent Squad. There is a classifier module which knows which agents are available to it and what are their capabilities. Based on the user input, user given task, it selects which agent or which agents should be assigned this task to. Then the agents process, go ahead and do their work. It collects back the conversation history of all those agents, the context of all those agents. And in this way, it kind of acts like an orchestra, a coordinator of this multi-agent system. There is another variant of agent squad, which has a lead agent or a supervisor agent. The architecture is a slight improvisation of the previous architecture. Now, this lead agent collects the responses also back from the agents and provides them back to the user. It's kind of, again, a coordinator with super user capabilities in the system. Today, we are not going to use Agent Squad. We are going to use CrewAI to build our multi-agent system. So there can be different kinds of multi-agent systems based on what is the interaction pattern among its constituent agents. They can be cooperative. For example, there is a team of drones which are coordinating together to map an area where a bomb blast has happened or floods have been there. Again, they can compete among each other. For example, a set of AI agents which are working to predict stock market and accordingly decide the investing strategies for the users on behalf of their users. There can be systems which are cooperating sometimes and competing sometimes, for example, in supply chain management systems, pipelines. And then there are swarms of agents, for example, in swarm robotics, which are used often for search and rescue missions. It is somewhat similar to what happens in cooperative systems. There are multiple use cases. Wherever you see teams of humans working, you can deploy an AI multi-agent team there. Very common use case is customer support teams, and then research teams, marketing, fintech. AI movie production studios are using this a big way, especially in Hollywood. There are agents for different kinds of creative tasks involved in movie production, and they do it like that. Then in travel planning, software development, definitely in healthcare coordination systems, and so many more are there. May I request everyone to mute themselves, please? All right, so with that, we are going to build our own multi-agent system using CrewAI. Now, CrewAI is a platform also, and it has a Python SDK also, which we can install on our computers or in Google Colab and build our own multi-agent system. This is built on top of LangChain, which we saw yesterday. So let's let me share my Jupyter notebook with you. You can do it with me if you have the installed libraries or otherwise you can do it on your own pace. Can I share the file with you? I have shared my Jupyter notebook with the Teams Meet. Can you see my notebook? One person may please confirm.
Yes.
Great. So this is in this notebook, I'm using CrewAI to create the agent crew of agents. So what you will need to do is once you have Python installed, you have all the basic libraries in place. You need to install CrewAI with pip install CrewAI, and there is an additional library, pip install CrewAI tools. This helps your agents get tools, as we saw the need of tools in agents in previous classes. Now, it is a platform and it's an open source Python framework also, which can help you build the agents, build the crews of agents, then help collaborate among them and orchestrate their actions and all that. There are four major abstractions or four major classes, you can say, in Crew AI library. The topmost class is Crew, which represents a group or team of agents. Then there is Agents class, which represents an individual agent with with specialized capabilities and all that. And the third abstraction is process. Process represents a workflow, a sequence of actions that your agents in a crew can take. And the final abstraction is tasks. Task represents an individual action. Now, this is a very obvious, right, abstraction that they have used, very close to intuition, right, very intuitive way of naming things. And the key functionality that CrewAI provides is creation of multi-agent crews, collaboration among them, orchestration, having specialized agent with clear dependencies, and you can decide whether they work in a sequential manner or they work in a hierarchical manner. I mean, there is a lead agent, then it calls a sub agent, then that there's a sub agent and things like that. You get to assign tools, memory to the agents, you get to collect and coordinate outputs and all of that, right? And the framework ensures that tasks are executed in a certain order so that there is consistency between the results. It orchestrates tool usage by every agent and manages I/O in the things. There's an important thing here. It has an internal event bus which takes care of event firing, the triggers in the workflow, when which agent should start working and when it stops working, and that time the other agent should start and things like that. Then there are three types of memory that CrewAI supports. First one is short term, which is more or less restricted to a single session. There is a long-term memory, which essentially means memory through vector databases. And then there is entity memory, which represents the memory specific to us to an agent or to a particular task. You can build many types of agents using CrewAI, coding agents and multimodal agents, complex hierarchical workflows. All of that is possible. You can also have an agent, multi-agent system with human in the loop. and it supports multiple providers for LLMs, including the prominent providers, Google, OpenAI, then Anthropic, Cohere, Perplexity, and so on, including open source models from Olama and Hugging Face. And when you choose which LLM to use in your crew or in your agents, you have to look at these four things. First, you have to understand what you want to do. What is your task? How cognitively complex is your task? How much can you break down the task? Second thing is what are the models available and what are their strengths? Some text generation model is useful for text generation only. There can be a multimodal model, there can be a reasoning model. So based on what capabilities model brings on the table, you decide which model to use as the brain of your agent. Then the third thing is what are your constraints? If you do not have paid accounts to those model providers, then obviously you have to go and look for models which are cheaper or which are available for free. And with all of these things in mind, you again have to test and iterate, right? If the model you think is the best for you is not working well, then maybe there is some other thing, some other model which may work better for you. Since I exhausted my Google Gemini 2.5 Pro quota early in the morning today, I had to go to Grok models. So grok.com is a platform which provides you many models. Of course, it is rationed. So I have created Grok API key. You can create one for yourself if your Gemini model is exhausted. Otherwise, you can use the Gemini model right like we used yesterday in LangChain. So in case you want to go ahead and use Grok API, please go to grok.com, create an account for yourself, and get your API key, which is free. We'll go ahead and use CrewAI to create our team. Now, before that, let us see what kind of team we are going to make. We are going to make a team like this, a crew like this. So this research crew is an academic literature review crew. It has 5 agents. My first agent is literature review agent. Its task is to search academic databases and summarize papers relevant to the topic that I give it, I'm working on. My second agent is a data analysis agent. It processes the data, analyzes the data in those papers, the statistical data, and generates statistical insights. Third agent is a writer. It drafts the research paper based on what it has found, what the data analyst has found. My fourth agent is a citation agent. Its specialized task is to identify correct references, put them in a citation style, and make them a part of my draft. Final agent is a peer reviewer. It simulates the peer review process and it checks that whatever paper has been put together so far is consistent. And I mean, it is a presentable paper which a human can work on and improve further. So this is the crew that we are going to implement using CrewAI. Is there a question at this moment? Does anybody have a question?
Yes, yes. So,
Please go ahead.
yeah, doctor. So, Professor, I was curious to know if we can use multiple agents from different model service providers. Say, if my problem is
Correct. Mm,
from Grok or Gemini and all, can
correct.
we? Are there such platforms where we can query from different model service providers?
At CrewAI itself, you can create LLMs. You can see LLM actually is a class which helps you create a wrapper around any model provider. So
Okay,
you can get one model from Google, another model from OpenAI, fourth model from Cohere, fifth model from Hugging Face, sixth model from Olama, and give them to different agents. Then these agents will have different capabilities. Just like in our team, somebody is good at writing, somebody is good at planning, somebody is good at interacting with people, right? So you have specialized agents with models providing them specialized capabilities. Some model has a reasoning engine. It is very strong at analysis and reasoning and planning.
so I would like to send the same prompt and compare the responses from each of these model service
You
providers.
can do that. You
Do I
can
come?
do that. You can
Okay.
do that, but it's intuitive, right? There is a reasoning model. It's
Mm.
not good to send it a prompt for text generation, right? It's a wastage of its capabilities. There's
Right.
an image generation model. Why would you ask it to write you a poem, right? It's an image generation model. Why should you ask it to write a poem for you? isn't
Yeah,
it?
in that case, my problem would be identifying the text
Yes,
generation models.
exactly. That's my point. You identify what you want to get done, split it up into subtasks, and then identify which model will be the best thing for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Any other questions?
Ma'am, what is you yesterday you had taken that MCP.
Hmm.
So MCP will direct us towards the tools. Is it
MCP
we
is
will
a
get
server.
the proper it is a protocol for
Hmm.
uh, getting the proper tools for the whole agent task. So my question is, Crew AI, you are going to give it either it is a serial type or hierarchical type. Then what is the then does Crew AI have some MCP? That's my
Yes,
question.
yes. CrewAI supports MCP integration, which means you can connect your agents to MCP servers and your agents can gather context from those servers. Let me disambiguate a little bit over here. MCP is like a rule. It tells the servers how you should expose your services and your data. Suppose I am a shopkeeper and I have something to sell. MCP will tell me how you should display those things so that the customers can easily identify what they want. Right? Did you understand? This is the role of MCP. It gives the rule how you should display, how you should expose your services and data. And then there are multiple MCP servers. Multiple MCP servers actually register. They list all those servers which have exposed their services using MCP protocol. And CrewAI agents can be connected to MCP servers and they can accept, they can gather context from there. Right?
Still not clear,
No
ma'am.
problem.
Actually,
We can connect individually, right? We can have a
yeah, yeah.
conversation. Sure.
Okay,
Are there
thank you.
any other questions?
Madam, these particular agents, whether the parallelism is required, madam?
Parallelism is required based on the task. If your
Yes, yes.
task is parallelizable, then yes, definitely have a process which is parallel. Have
Okay.
agents running in parallel. Otherwise, like this case where we are doing research pipeline, it's a sequential thing, right? Unless you have read the research, you cannot analyze it. Unless you have analyzed, you cannot write the first draft, right? Unless you have written the first draft, you can't create the citations. It's a sequential flow, right? Depending on the task, you decide what kind of multi-agent team you want to build. Again, CrewAI gives you facility to build any kind of team, a sequential team or a parallel team, a concurrent team or a hierarchical team or an asynchronous team, which means you don't know when other agent will finish its work. I can still go on, which exactly means kind of concurrent execution.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Any other question?
So on a note of, let's say we want to check, let's say corporate workflow.
Hmm.
So we can use these. I mean, can they be scaled for a corporate
Absolutely.
workflow?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They are built for corporate use cases.
All right, all right. No, as in even right from, let's say there's a sales channel. If somebody
Hmm.
wants to just automate it, just starting from lead generation
Absolutely, you
to
can.
say, all right,
Yes.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you.
Google has very strong implementations using CrewAI.
Uh-huh.
That,
No,
yeah.
even the ADK has that, but I'm
Yes.
I'm looking for something which is more tangible and in fact
CrewAI is simple,
yeah.
right? So
All right.
it's great to start with,
All right.
until you find out a simpler, like which is more scalable or which you can. But CrewAI works for most of the cases. I've seen its use cases, and they cover almost all domains.
All right. Yeah,
Customer
this is the first
support,
time I
sales
heard about
pipeline.
CrewAI. Is it
Hmm.
is it cost effective?
It is because it is, it is open source. But then for enterprise use cases, they do charge.
All
Right?
right. Thank you.
I haven't
Thank
seen that area where they are providing where they are servicing enterprise customers. But for this cases, small teams, it's free.
you. All right. Thank you.
So let's go back to code. This is the team we are going to make. This is the crew we are going to make. And this is how we have 5 agents with their names, and we have 5 tasks. The agent for literature review will do the literature review. Data analysis task will be the task of data analysis agent. So there is one-to-one correspondence between a task and the corresponding agent. This should be clear. And then we will, I have already imported CrewAI here. From CrewAI, import the classes agent, task, crew, and LLM. As I said, these are abstractions or classes which represent the corresponding entities. Agent, the task done by that agent, crew, the team of agents, and the LLM, which the agent will be using as its brain. I have set my Grok API key in my .env file, and I am using .getenv to import that into the variable inside this workspace, right? Here is how I instantiate my LLM. This LLM is the LLM abstraction from CrewAI, and I am specifying which model I want to use. This is Llama 370 billion parameter model from Grok. I've specified my API key, and the temperature is 0, which means I want this model to be deterministic, right? I don't want random outputs. Every time I run it, I don't want it to generate different outputs. This is my LLM, and I have imported these abstractions. Now let's go ahead and create our first agent. Name of the agent is literature review agent. You could have named it anyhow. This is the built-in class. You have to name it like this in this capitalization. It can take multiple parameters, arguments, but these are the absolutely important ones. So you specify the role. It's a literature review agent. Its goal is to search academic databases and summarize the relevant literature. Now this here within parentheses is a variable, right? We will define this variable depending on the user. I want to search in ML, somebody wants to search in civil engineering, somebody wants to search on quantum computing, and so on. And this is the backstory. Backstory means setting the persona. You are an expert researcher skilled at navigating academic databases. Your role is to find and summarize high quality peer reviewed papers relevant to research topic. Research topic means this research topic, ensuring a comprehensive literature review. Is the delegation allowed for us? No. Delegation means this agent can give its tasks to another agent in the crew. I mean, for the sake of simplicity, we're not allowing that. And then we are telling it which LLM it has access to. So it has access to Grok LM, which is the object we created here, Grok LM, right? And verbose, which means I want to be able to see what the agent is doing. So whatever it does will be visible to me in a very verbose manner. Then we create second agent, we give it a role, we assign it a goal. Its goal is to process and analyze research data for the research topic. And then it's the backstory. These variables or arguments are fixed. Like instead of backstory, you cannot name it as context. These are the fixed arguments for these agent class. You are a data scientist proficient in this. You have to analyze, provide a data set, or uncover something. Again, the delegation is not allowed. You are assigning it the Grok LLM. In addition to that, you can also assign tools to your agent, right? This is just for the sake of demonstrating. Tools is the argument, and this is a list of available API calls. So Serper Dev tool is by default available to all CrewAI agents. You have to specify your Serper API key if you are calling it explicitly. If you want your agent to have memory, then just write memory is equal to true. If you also want your agent to respect its context window, which means to maintain or give enough focus to its context window, then set respect context window argument to true. Similarly, we have writer agent, which will create your first draft. We have given it a backstory. You are an academic writer experienced in crafting research papers. Use your inputs and write a clear, concise academic draft. Again, which LLM it should use. Citation agent, it has its own backstory. You are a meticulous librarian specializing in citation management. Create the citations in the style specified. These are the common citation styles, APA or MLA. Again, set its LLM. Our final and fifth agent is a peer review agent. You give it a name, a role, you give it a goal, simulate peer review to check logical consistency and identify gaps in the research paper on research topic. You are an academic reviewer with a critical eye for detail. You evaluate the draft research paper for logical consistency, methodological rigor, completeness, blah, blah, blah. Then you set its LLM and we are done. We have defined 5 agents for us, each having its own role, having its own goal, having its own context, backstory, and we have used the same LLM, but here you could have used a different LLM if you wanted your task to, if you wanted your LLM, sorry, your agent to perform a different kind of task, right? So I have passed the same LLM object. You could create multiple objects and pass them to different LLMs. Now we will define the tasks. This is the first task. It is created by instantiating the task class. So you describe the task first. So first argument is description. Search academic databases, select 5 high-quality papers, summarize each paper, and provide a synthesis. Your expected output is a detailed literature review in a markdown format. And which agent are you assigned to? Literature review agent. That's it. Very simple, very intuitive. Our second agent, our second task is data analysis task. What is its description? Analyze provided or simulated research data, perform statistical analysis, generate insights, summarize results in clear academic format suitable for a research paper. Expected output is a data analysis report in Markdown format, and the agent you are assigned to is data analyst agent. On the similar lines, we have writing agent. We have described what it has to do. It has to use literature review and data analysis report from previous agents to draft sections of a research paper on research topic. This is a variable, hence it is in parentheses. You have to include an introduction, a literature review summary, a methodology. These are the typical headings inside a literature review paper. Then ensure clarity, academic tone, adherence, and all that. Structure the paper with appropriate headings and subheadings. Expected output is a draft research paper. You are assigned to the writer agent. Citation agent collects the references, formats the references according to asked citation style that ensures intake citation references are complete and correctly formatted. It is assigned to the citation agent. This is our final task where it has to review the draft research paper for logical consistency, methodological rigor, and completeness. It should identify any gaps, unclear arguments, areas needing further evidence or clarification, and it should provide constructive feedback and suggestions for improvement in a concise report. We expect out of it a peer review report in a markdown format, detailing feedback, identifying gaps, and improving suggestions. Then it is assigned to its own agent. Now, so far we have agents in place and we have their respective tasks in place. Next thing we do is we create a crew. Crew means we bundle together these agents and tasks in a group, in a team. That can be done by instantiating a class called crew. We imported this earlier in this Jupyter notebook. So to the crew class, you pass the list of agents and the list of tasks, as simple as it can get, and then you tell how are these agents to be executed. In this case, these are to be executed sequentially, one after the another. So the process is process.sequential, and I want to have a look at what is happening while the agents in the crew are executing. So was is equal to true. Once we have created the crew, we will set it working, right? That is done using kickoff function. So research crew.kickoff. Research crew is the name of my crew. You provided your inputs, the variables. My two variables were what topic I want the crew to work on and what citation I want my citations in, what citation style I want the paper to use. So research topic is machine learning in healthcare and the citation style is APA. You go ahead and run it and you see the output like this. Crew execution started. It assigns an internal ID to it. This was some mismatch regarding how I should have passed the parameters, but nothing serious. Then literature review agent started and it's listing out the tasks. It's executing, then it generated the final answer. I can give a great answer, right? Then the task is completed. Literature review agent's task is over. Second agent has started. It has to perform this. It has completed its task and it has generated its final answer like this. Right? The data and analysis and everything it has done. Then the task is complete for agent 2. Then writer agent has started its execution, completed its answer, and given you a final answer, right? Then the fourth agent starts, it collects the references, whatever the task that had been assigned to it, it completes that and generates the final list. right? Done. And then final peer review agent starts its execution according to the tasks assigned to it and goes ahead and tries to do that, complete it, and it generates the final peer review report right here. Overall assessment, strengths, weaknesses, introduction, data set description, and all that. And this is your crew that has worked for you and generated a peer review report for you finally. Now what we will do, this is in the form of a markdown file. You can either display it in line in Jupyter Notebook as I have done here, or you can put it inside a Word file or a PDF file for editing later. So that's exactly what I've done. I have written a function which saves this markdown to Word, and this thing is saved to researchpaper.docs. You can then open and edit it for yourself. So this Jupyter Notebook is a proof of concept that you can build teams of agents to do any task that you have in mind, right? Do we have any questions regarding this? Anything in this?
Madam, is it feasible, possible to show this running? Will it take more time
Yeah,
just to see?
because I may have exhausted these credits also, so it will fail. But right after this, I will share this file with you. You can run it as it is. Change the Grok API key to your own API key. It will run without any problems.
Thank you.
I keep on running the models, no, so I exhaust my quota very quickly. Any other questions? Yes.
Professor,
Ma'am, whatever quotes you have discussed,
Hmm.
will you be sharing all those?
I'm sorry, what? Which, what I should be?
Codes.
Yeah, if you ask, I will share.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think yesterday's one is something that I think I
I
left, so I did
shared
not see it in
yesterday.
Yeah, but we didn't see it in the chat window because I left before
No, I
that.
shared on
So,
the group also.
all right, so maybe I missed it.
Great, then we are moving ahead to low-code AI agent. Yes.
May I? Can
Yeah,
we
please.
have some kind of graphs or statistical tables and all created using these agents?
Yes, definitely you can have. Then what you have to do is you have to use a coding agent. That coding agent will generate code for creating those plots, matplotlib plots for you.
Okay.
Right? And then you go from there. If you have an image generator, it can generate graphs for you. But then in image generator, accuracy of graphs may not be trustworthy. Right? The best way to have trustworthy graphs is using coding agent. It will generate code for graph. You have to run that code and you'll get the plot.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Ma'am, would you mind to show the paper generated after this?
The paper generated? Yeah, sure. I will
Yeah.
share that paper also with you. Okay.
Professor,
Okay.
I have a question. So, how do you find the quality of the outcome? Like, it takes more than a month to come up with a decent research paper, right? So,
Absolutely, a great question. I mean, a great question. So the quality of the paper you have, the first thing depends on the model you are using, right? Use a reasoning model. The second thing is that even if you have used the best model in the world, the quality will not be as good as a person who is actually vested in doing the research.
it's
Right?
very
It
scary.
will never match the quality of a researcher who is vested into doing this research. It will be good. It will be a lot better than, around 90% of researchers that we have around. It will be
Survey
better than 90% researchers that you see around, but it will not be good for actual researchers.
for the literary survey, maybe.
Literature survey is not a high stakes research, right? It's just compiling and summarizing existing
Yeah. For
research.
that part,
That's why, yeah.
for
Yeah,
that
that's why
part.
we are using it for that, just to
Okay.
compile together existing literature, but not for actual research. You should be very, very careful when you are doing that. When you are directly putting a paper generated through this pipeline into a venue, you should not do that. Never.
Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you. It's very
Madam,
Yes, sir.
is it possible to have, like, say, parallelly, I can also do some literature review and embed with what it is generating parallel?
Absolutely do that. You also read some papers. Do a search at PubMed or IEEE Explore or Scopus database. You also search and you see what your crew is searching, what your AI agent is searching. That will help you validate your agent, right?
Okay. No, my question is that, say, if I identify the different issues and challenges, madam, and
Yeah,
is
you're
it possible
saying
to
that you will compare, right? Your own
Yes.
results and you do that. That will help validate your agent.
Okay.
Kavya, ma'am. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. I've
Good
tried
evening.
doing literature review with GenAI, with ChatGPT and Gemini before, but not in this detailed manner. What I found is it hallucinates a lot.
Yeah. And that will
Especially
always
if
be a
I ask it
possibility.
to give the paper citations and all, it generates random papers which the conference doesn't exist, the paper authors do not
That
exist.
is
It
always a
generates that.
possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is always a
So,
possibility.
yeah. So, can you share a little bit about the guardrails we can put in to
First thing
avoid that?
is using RAG. You put a search in Scopus database on the topic you're interested in, bulk download the related papers. Create a folder of all those papers and provide it to the model as RAG. In that case, the possibility of hallucination is almost eliminated, right? Do that. You don't have to read those 100 papers. Model will summarize
Understood.
for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
who
that's
built
good. Right.
such service already that exists? One of the service providers should be providing such a thing.
They are building, ma'am. They are building. There is deep research, right? OpenAI is providing deep research. Other models are also. Perplexity is providing deep research. It is very well grounded in actual documents available on the net.
Okay.
Do deep research. Yeah.
Deep
Yes,
research.
sir. You have a question?
Yeah, the question is because we have limitation on tokens, etc.
Yes.
Is it possible to use Gemini CLI as a tool?
Yes.
No, with some wrapper or something like that, so that
Yes,
these
yes.
agents can call them and know and
Absolutely.
use them.
The issue is Gemini CLI is a coding agent.
Okay.
So here we need agent with multiple capabilities. I want a reasoning agent also. I want a text generator also because writing is involved. And I want a coding agent also if plotting and graphs and validation, like experimental validation is required. So yes, I can use Gemini also. I can use a ChatGPT 4.0 reasoning model or Gemini 2.5 Pro also for reasoning. And it will be like one component. For coding agent, I can use Gemini CLI also. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
If there are no other questions, can we move to NA10?
Can we use ChatGPT also for coding?
ChatGPT is a wrapper, like it's an agent built on top of GPT model, GPT 4.0 and all that. And yes, you can use GPT 4.0 generates a great code, right? A very good code, but then it's never usable as it is. You have to debug yourself. A good coder only can benefit from these coding agents. You have to be good at coding. You have to be able to understand the code in order to, debug the code you're getting from these models. And yes, Chat GPT generated code is also good as generated by any other web client on top of these AI models.
Okay, for good codes, it is better to go for
For
coding
good code,
agents.
you go for Gemini CLI or the coding agents available inside GitHub Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, or code builders like Claude Code, Cursor Code, Replete Coding Engine. These are specifically coding platforms. They have coding engines built into them. And Gemini CLI is the best one.
Okay, thank you.
So NA10 is a platform for building AI workflows as well as AI agents lately. NA10 stands for node-mation, right? Automation is kind of used as node mission, because every action is represented as a node in node mission. So it's called node mission. In short, it's called N8N, because the developers thought node mission was too long a name to use. So N8N. N8N you can visit by going to n8n.io. You can also you can create an account there. It gives you a 14-day trial where you can build workflows and build AI agents and all of that. Uh, 14 days. You can run. You can have around 1,000 executions during those 14 days. There is a good thing. N8N can also be executed on your local machine using Docker desktop. So you have an enterprise version of N8N, which is accessible through the website. I will share the website just a second. We have- So this is the website, n8n.io. Go ahead, create an account for yourself. It is free, 14-day trial. And once you have created an account, you can log into your account and start building workflows and AI agents and everything. If you want a free and open source version of N8N, first install Docker Desktop, then create an image of N8N, and then start running that image. It will run inside your local machine in a container. The thing is, your local N8N has a slightly steeper learning curve as compared to this cloud hosted version provided on their website. And you can deploy directly to N8N Cloud if you're using this version on the website. If you are building your agents inside your local N8N, you have to think of a separate deployment venue for them. Right. So for now, I'm going to show you the workflow, how to build your workflows over the cloud-based N8N or the cloud, yeah, or the website of N8N. So you're seeing this web page, this browser tab, right? Flexible AI workflow automation for technical teams. If I change my browser tab, are you able to see the change also? Are you able to see the change in my browser tabs?
The colors and
Yes, madam. Yes.
You are able
Oh,
to.
we get templates. Templates. Ah, yes.
You are able to see how my browser changes. Great.
Templates. Yes. Now it
Right.
is I
So
would.
let's
Yeah.
click on sign in if you have created an account. If not, then great. Let's just watch what I'm doing. So I have an account. So I will click on open instance. You can see the URL here, your name dot app dot n8n dot cloud. This is my existing executions and everything. So this node mission or N8N allows you to create workflows. You can see the option to create workflow here. Workflow means a sequence of actions, nothing else. It's like a flow chart of actions. So here is your canvas. You can add first step. First step means from where does your work start. This is a node, first node. When you click on add first step, you can add your first node. When I click on this plus, it is showing me what kind of nodes I have available. The first node generally is a trigger. Trigger means an event which starts the work flowing. So I will select in this case, for example, on form submission. When someone submits a form, this is just an example use case. There are so many, and there are templates here, lots of them, thousands of templates which you can choose from and use. The templates show you already existing workflows where people have created workflows for different tasks, and you can use them by replacing their API keys with your own, and of course the URLs also. But for now, let's create a workflow from scratch. So I'm clicking on this. It shows me the available nodes. Out of all available nodes, I'm choosing this one on form submission. When someone submits a form, my workflow should start. I clicked on that and it showed me this form. This form is to configure my form, right? What my form should be about. So this is form title. The title of my form is For example, your details, right? It can be anything, your details. Give a description. Right? Then I am adding the elements of this form. Elements means the fields in this form, the name field, the age field, the address field, email ID field, like that. So let's start adding fields. Adding first field. This field is name field. It's of type text. Its data type is text. It's a required field, which means it is compulsory to enter data into this field. I will add one more field, and this field is age. In this field, the data type will be a number because age is generally a number, age in years. Right, again, this is a required field, and that's it. I'm going to go with just two fields, name of the person and their age in years. My form is complete. I can see it whether it's correctly configured by clicking on execute step. Execute step means execute just this node. If you see this, it means your form will look like this. This is the test version of your form. It has two fields, name and age in years. I'll enter name and I will enter age in years, suppose 58, and I'll click on submit. And if you see node executed successfully, this means your node is created and it is accepting data correctly. Here you see the output of this node. So this output can be shown in three different forms: as a schema, as a table, and as a JSON file. Let's look at what the JSON file looks like from this node. This node generates this JSON file. JSON means JavaScript object notation. It's a field called name and the value is Namrita. There's a field called age and the value is 58. And at what time it was submitted and what kind of form it is. It is still in test mode, right? There are two modes to N8N. The test mode where you are developing, the developer mode, and then there is production mode where it's actually live, where your form is live. Right, so this form is executed correctly. We can click here and go back to Canvas. Now I want to create my workflow like this. If this form, if the age entered by the person in this form is greater than 18, then I should do something. If the age is less than 18, then I should do something else. So this node, next node here is a logic node, is an if-else condition, right? If the age is greater than, then do this. If the age is less than, then do this. So I'll click on plus again. I want to add another node. Click on plus, the node panel will display again. In this case, I want a conditional. I want an if node. So I type if, and you will see if node in the options available. Click on if. In this if node, it is asking me to choose how I want my condition. So I want the condition on age in years field. I will drag this age on years field here in condition. And you can see it is converted into JSON. One thing which I want to mention here is that node measure N8N is written in JavaScript, and every node has a corresponding JavaScript code, right? Almost every parameter is represented as a JSON object. So here is the JSON code, the JavaScript code. If JSON.age in years is equal to, then do this. I don't want equal to condition. I want greater than equal to condition, right? Because I'm checking whether person is minor or not. So it is a number. You will see what are the options available to number. Go here. This is already highlighted because we have selected the data type of age as number. These are the conditions available to you. It's greater than or equal to what I want to go ahead with. If the age is greater than or equal to 18, then do something else, do something else, right? This is the condition. That's it. Click on execute step. And here the condition is satisfied because I entered my age as 58, right? It has two possible outcome branches, true branch and false branch. My value, which I entered already, 58, is going to the true branch, which means 58 is greater than 18. False branch so far is empty, right? So our this node is successfully executed. We will go back to Canvas. And then this false branch is there. We don't want to do anything for now on false branch. I'll click on plus and I'll add a node, which means what to do if this condition is false. I can add a no operation node here. Don't do anything. And if you execute this step, it has to do nothing. So you will see node executed successfully. Let's go back to campus. Do nothing. You can change this. Instead of if, I will call it if major or if adult, right? And here, if this is plus, I want a Slack message to be sent to my Slack channel. So I'll click on plus and I'll select Slack. When you click on Slack, it shows you what all actions you can perform with Slack. So for now, I want a message to be sent to my Slack channel that this person who has just filled the form is an adult or they are authorized to vote or something like that. So when I add the Slack node, this form comes up. It will ask you to connect to your Slack channel. You will have to provide Slack credentials. Click on this. I already have created my credentials, so I don't need to. But when you do it first time, you will have to create new credentials, which means you will have to go to your Slack channel, copy the Slack ID, channel ID, and paste it here. That's it. It's pretty simple. And then what do you want? You want to send a message. So the operation is sent and the resource is message. Message sent to out of all this in my Slack, you have channels or you have users. I want the message to be sent to a channel and which channel I want to send it. I want to send it to this channel. Your Slack account will have multiple channels. New and social and all are common channels or default created channels. I am selecting this one. This is going to be a simple message. What message do I want to send? Hello, you are authorized. Just that. Done. So we can execute this step now. And it is successful, right? It is showing you node executed successfully because my Slack credentials have been correct. It is showing you what is the output of this node, true and all the details, and then the message text, and this is the my account at N8N and everything. This is the complete JSON output of this. Now let's see what I have received in my Slack channel. Here, see, hello, you are authorized. I just sent this message, right? I set this message in N8N and this message is delivered to my Slack channel. This is a simple workflow where I have created an automation which checks for a condition in a form and sends me a Slack message. There are lots of templates in N8N. I already told you. I have another AI-based template here, which I quickly want to share with you. Let's close this. Let's close this also. You should save definitely because otherwise your workspace will be lost. The save button here should be clicked. Another thing, while I am making a workflow, you can see this inactive button is grayed out, which means you are in the development mode. When you click on activate, you get into the production mode, which means your form is now live. You can click on your trigger node, first node, and you can copy the production URL from here. Suppose I copy this production URL and I go to it. This form can be filled by anybody now by going to this URL. For example, I go to the Teams channel and I share this URL with you. You can go and fill this form and let us see. I will get Slack messages for everybody who enters their age greater than 18. I will get a Slack message. Can someone please try this quickly? Just fill this form and I'll get a message. When one person at least does it, please let me know here. Yeah, lots of you have done because I'm getting messages, right? At least 3 people have done. Great. So this works, right? I am deactivating it because it's going to consume my executions also, right? I already exhausted 7. I want to show you one more, which has an AI model. So I will go again to my workspace. And I will go to my dashboard. And I'll show you this one. I have created this using an existing template. So what I have here is a Gmail trigger. As soon as I receive a mail on my Gmail account, that Gmail is the mail's content is processed. It is validated that it is coming from a specific user, and then it is being passed on to an AI model. That AI model summarizes the content of my email and sends that content, summarized content, to my Google Sheet, to a Google Excel sheet, right? So let us see how it works. I have my like my official email account here, and I'm sending this mail to myself, to my Gmail account. When I click on send, this message will go to my Gmail account. Then in my workflow here, I run this. I click on this node to execute it. You can click like this, or you can click on execute workflow. So I click on execute workflow. This node runs. If it is successful, this node runs, then this node runs, then this agent runs, then Grok model runs. It summarizes my email, then it connects to my Google Sheets and makes a summary of this email. You can see the summary entered here. This is the mail I sent to myself just now. This is a mail about Huckleberry Finn's Adventures, the book by Mark Twain. So this message came to me from this email ID, and it got summarized, and the entries are being put inside this Google Sheet. So this way I never have to look at that email account. Every time I get a mail, the summary is created and it is entered for me in this Google Sheet. I can open this Google Sheet at the end of the day and look at the mails that are interesting to me. Now, this is NA10 for you. You can build AI agents, you can build AI workflows using NA10. After some 14 days, you will have to pay them if you want to deploy over NA10 as well. There is another option, which is make.com. Now, make.com is an easier option to use. Node like NA10 has a slightly steeper learning curve. It is not a no-code solution. It is a low-code solution. You still have to write a lot of expressions to make your data conditions fit. Make.com, it is easier, but it is very costly, right? In the free tier, there are hardly any features of, you cannot build any AI related workloads using free plan, right? And then you have $9 per month, $16 per month, and so on. In the free plan, you can build simple apps, standard apps, but nothing AI related, no AI agents, no AI tools. So I did not do something like, I did not go deeper into this. However, I tried a smaller, a very simple workflow. So what I build here is, I build a workflow which takes your Google Sheet as input, gives it to Perplexity, does research based on what you have mentioned in your Google Sheet. Suppose I entered in my Google Sheet machine learning for healthcare, the topic. The topic goes as input to Perplexity. The Perplexity engine researches on that topic and then enters the results into another Google Sheet, right? So I tried this already. You can again do that. I will do run once. It will take input from the Google Sheet. See, first step is executed. Then it should go to next step, which is passing that term or that topic to Perplexity, do the research, and enter the completions in another Google Sheet. It can be automated. You can set the timer and it will repeat automatically after that. So once I ran it, it worked like this. My topic was machine learning. And here is what Perplexity search returned for me, right? It did the research and it gave me some things again. So this is also a way to automate a lot of your research, not only academic research, but the work-related research also. Besides make.com, there is Xavier also, which also allows you to make automations and build AI agents. But again, it's a paid solution, not at least for beginners, it's not a good one. So with that, I have exhausted everything I wanted to share with you today, and it is also end of time for me. I will be very glad to answer any of your questions. Maybe if you send them to me over WhatsApp, or you can even call me tomorrow. And if we still have some interaction or questions left, we can do that on Monday. On Monday, I will also expect some of you to present your AI agent demos or your AI-based workflow demos using N8N or CrewAI, if that is okay with you. So with that, thank you very much for being a part of my learning through last 4 days. And thanks for your time.
Madam, I have a small question. Can I ask?
Answer. Yes, definitely.
I am from mechanical background. To understand, I am into it, to learn and all, it will take time. You beautifully explained in the previous episode that how agentic AI can be built from doing your task. But to do that similarly for research and analysis, there are apps like in part of ChatGPT, Scholar AI, and SciSpace. Are they exactly doing the way what you have done? Can we use
They
them?
are doing the same thing, yes. For people who are not very into coding and building things, customizing things, they work just fine. They will work best good for people who are not into the customization side or coding side of it. They are just good enough.
Means we can go ahead and
yes, definitely you can do that.
Means there is a possibility we can upload. Suppose that
is great for you, actually. That is great for you.
hallucinations, we can upload this specific
You can
set
upload
of
the set of papers, and then the model will search only in those papers. It will not hallucinate.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Yes. So one more time, thanks a lot. Please send your questions to me, and let's keep in touch. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Well, thank you, Namrata.
Thank you so
It was
much,
a very
everyone.
enriching experience.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, everyone,
you.
for being here. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.